So this is the week of 14, right? We just review the homework. So before we move on the term, I like to add one of the topic here called scientific notation. Scientific notation. Do you guys know scientific notation? So something like this. Because maybe you guys learn the geometry. We'll learn something like universe, like the distance between the sun and moon. The number is so big. Suppose something like number, a big number, okay? Something like 10,000, right? 10,000. So you will be, you like, most people, yeah, you can write like this, or you can write like this. But what about, even more? So you don't like to count numbers, right? These kinds of thing can give you an easy expression. This is like an exponent, right? So 10 times 7 power 7. So this is easy to describe them. So when we do the scientific notations, or some for big numbers, we can use like this, something like 7,000, 7 million, 7 million. 7 million, you can see this 7, actually 7 times 10, 7 times 1 million, right? So the first part you keep as 7 as is. This part you say like this, right? You guys can do like this. Can write like this. So scientific notation give you what kinds of thing? Give me something. I give you a number. You can just put a number times 10 power star, 10 power, just 10 power, 10 exponent, right? So we try to make sure when we do scientific notation, the number for this number, something like this one, you can also write 70 times 10 power 6, 10 power, I'm sorry, here 10 power 6. You also can be say 70 times power 5, right? Yeah, the result is the same here, right? 7 times, just 7 times 10 power 6. This is also equal here. We find this is not so simplified. We like this version. What this version means this number, we like this number is between 1 and 10. Just like I use a general description. 8 times 10 power n. This is called scientific notation. So we make this number is between 10 and 1. Of course, can be 1, greater or equal than 10, but less than 10. Right? So in between 1 and 10 is less than or greater or equal than 1, but less than 10. And the rest put right this part. Right? Let's another example, something like very small number, like say 0.001. So we often describe, say, 10 negative 3, right? Or maybe 0.0000005. So this is number. We write too long time. To write too long, right? Make it a simpler version. We'll say 5 times 10. Actually, here is 5 times 0.0, right? Like this, 5 times here. So this one is equal here, right? So we make a simplified version. We like this. Say 5 times here. How many decimal? How many decimal? 1, 2, 3, 1, 2, 3, 4. Right. So 10 negative 7. Right? Right? Right here. So you can say 5.0 times power 10 power negative 7. Right? So make this number is in between 10 and 1. Between 10 and 1, greater or equal than 1, but less than 10. So the rest, this kind of number, use the 10 power negative 7 to describe it. So generally, scientific notation is A times 10 power n. This A is between 10 and 1. We use this kind of equation. So this n can be positive, right? Can be positive. Positive is big number, right? And when negative, they are very small number, right? So A times power n. So when we do, they also have a lot of operations. Something like say A, oh, all right, I'm sorry. So this is the scientific notation. So well, let me go to this part so we can have more information to learn. They also have a lot of calculations. So before we move on that calculation part, I think we need to find some examples to make sure you guys can transfer between actually number and scientific notation. All right. So let's how to transfer back and forth. How to transfer number between scientific and actually numbered, right? So how to do this one? So like this one. So this one here is actually this one you can say rewrite it into 6 times 0 point, how many 0? 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, right? 5, 1. So you have 3 here. So you can this one. So you move this one when we transfer decimal, actually we will write it into how many number behind the decimal, right? So 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. So -6, right? Because when you move decimal to here, you have to go back 6 digits. So you change -6. So it became 6 times, right? Did you guys know how to do this one? Because this decimal from here to move to here, you move 6 digits, so it became -6. You move to right? So you can begin 6 times here, right? Let's see number 2 here. So actually decimal is right here. You try to move to this position. So how many? You have 3 here, 3 here, right? So it became 5 times 3, 5.34 times, this is 6, right? This part, you can write 10 power 6, right? So here you can transfer easily to here, right? All right, see this one, 60. So it actually is 6 times 10, right? So we can say 6 times 10 power 1, all right? That's it. What about 0.09? So this decimal, you moved from this part to here, right? Move to right 3 units, right? So you can actually, this one is equal 9 times 0.001, right? So this part equal, why we say this equal here? Because this one you can see here is the 1 over 1,000. So it is actually here, right? So use our earlier exponent rule. This is negative, right? So it became -3. So this -3 is come from here, right? So you can see this part is 9 times 10 -3. Because of this one equal 10 power -3, right? So you can transfer this one to scientific notation. This is a number times 10 power number, just like this kinds of description, scientific notation, right? So this one actually is easy because of 6.7. So actually this is equal 6.7 times 1, right? 10 power 0, 1. 10 power 0 equal 1, right? So let's see. So this one is, let's see. That's the answer. Let's make these kinds of decimal numbers. That's a little bit challenging sometimes. So let's check here first. How many 0 move backward? How many decimal move from 0 to here? How many? 1, 2, 3. 1, 2, 3, 4. Right? 1, 2, 3. 1, 2, 3, 4. So you move 7. So it became 2 times -7. You see easy? Because here's 2 times 0.00001. The rest part is 10 power negative 7. So you can just put 2 here. So remember, this number is less than 10, greater or equal than 1. Just put this number in between here, in between this. So you can get this easily, right? All right, let's see number 7. Let's give more examples so you guys can well understanding. So actually decimal is right here, right? So let's see how many numbers will move forward. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. Move to here, right? Move this decimal to here. 1, 2, 3, 1, 2, 3, 6. So actually it's 2 times what? 6, right? This 6, we can rewrite it into 10 power 6, right? It's called 1 million, right? 2 times, that's it. So this one can transfer into like this. All right. So when we transfer back, how we transfer back? Transfer 71 times 10 power 3. This is 1,000. So 1,000 decimal. So it's me add 3 0 here, right? We can transfer back here. This is 3,000 part became this part, right? All right. Let's see number 9 here. Example. So easy, well understanding. So decimal is right here, right? How many digits when we move to here? Why we move to here? Here became 4.89, right? 4.89 is between 1 and 10. So let's see. 1, 2, 3, 4, right? So this one we can change to 1.89 times 1 is 4, right? 10,000. 10,000 can be transferred into what? 10 power 4, right? 10 power 4. You see this? This one transfer here. This one doesn't change. So we can transform between actually number to scientific notation. All right, let's see number 10. Number 10. So actually we need to change 9 times something, right? So it became 9 times something. What? So what was something? So should be move the decimal into, let's see, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. So negative 7. Actually 10 negative 7. Right? So because of move decimal to here, you move 7 position. Move to right, you became negative. Move to left, you became positive. Very easy to remember. If some big number, you list this one decimal is positive. If they are small numbers, here is negative, right? Because of here, just like 9 divide 10 million, right? 9 divided 10 million became 0.00009, right? So easy to remember this one. All right, so see this one. So this one is super easy for you guys. This one because of 0.63, 10 power 1 is 10, right? So it equals 6.3. So 6.3 you can transfer into like this. Actually, this one is not so accurate. We hopefully like the scientific notation, the number is between 1 and 10. We better write 10.3 power times 10 power, yeah, it's 0, right? 0, just 1 equal to times 1. 1 is actually 10 power 0. Right, let's see this one. So see number 12, 33 times, you can see this one transfer into what? 1 divided 1,000, right? So equal 33 divided 1,000, so it became, right? That would be easy. All right, let's see 13. So this one transfer scientific notation, just like we say, we need to transfer this decimal into where? In between this, behind here, right? So how many digits will move? 1, 2, 3, 4. We move 4 and then get it here, right? So it became 2.16 negative 4, right? That will be super easy to do. The same, this decimal, how many will be transferred to here? 4.2, right? 4.2. So how many digits? 1, 2, 3. So you just negative 3. Move to right. This is small number, definitely negative number. If the big number is positive number, right? All right, so this one transfer to, so it means move more to the left. So decimal is suppose say 0.05 is initially is right here, right? So we need to move 2 position, make it 2, 1, 2. So move to here. Initially is here, move 2. This is a -2. So move to here, right? Make it smaller. This one we don't need to do anything, right? So 4.8 times 10 power 0. Right. So you can transfer between a scientific notation to the actual numbers. Scientific notation, make sure at least A is between 10 and greater equal than 1 and less than 10. All right. So you can do this kinds of transformation. All right. So let's move down more. All right. So I will skip this part because of this transformation between scientific and numbers will be easy. I will left this part for your homework, for our homework. All right, let's move a little bit more. So how to operation of them? Operation of them, you can see this one is very close to our exponent part, cancel piece. So you can see this part, something like these examples. Example, something like, and make a zoom in a little bit, make it bigger so you guys can see better. Right, let's see this one. Let's see this one. See this one. So did you see this one? This looks like 2 factors, right? So this part time, just like this A, B power -3, C times B power -3, right? The same thing as our scientific exponent calculation before earlier, like the homework part. So what do we do here? So this one, just like, so we need to do is, let's give a general idea here. Say A times X, we say N, right? So this is one is B times power M, right? So this is the first scientific notation. This is second scientific notation. So when we can get rid of these decimals, parentheses, right? So will be get rid of parentheses will be like this, right? So what do we need to do? We only need to do is A and B. We can use the commutative A times B together here, right? The rest part here is 10 M plus M, right? So this part is commutative, right? We bring to the front, and this the rest part, like our exponent rule, product of the 2 exponent. So you can see is only the top part, I mean the exponent part, sum of them, right? So similarly like this one. So this is first rule. When they do the times, the basic A and B time together, B 10 exponent part, they do the product, do the sum of them. So that would be easy for us. I will write down, I don't do any calculation here. So here part, so we just time 9.3 here, right? So this became a number. So the rest here became -3 minus -3, so it got -6. You guys can maybe use the calculator to do this work. And to this part, if they are bigger than number 10, so do some proper adjustment. Like this one, like B, like number 2 here. So here, this part here begins 16.2, right? Time 10 power. So this part, the sum of this -4 and -1, you got -5, right? So we do proper adjustment, just like I say, not scientific notation. We like this number should be in between 1 and 10, between 1 and 10. So we between, so we became 6 like this. So this one became what? Became 1.6 times 1, right? So we put this one together. So 1.62 times, so here became -4, right? -4. All right, see more example here, like this part. So here is A, here is B, right? So here became A, not 8. Here is 832 9, right? 9.28. 9.28 times this part. This part is 10 power, only this exponent together, right? So this is in between 1 and 10. So we can get this one. Right, so see this part. I don't have calculator, so I should be able, should not able to get a very good result here. So here about, we say 3.5 times, here suppose 10. So about 35 here, right? About, I just about here. About 35. And the rest, 10 power 7, right? 10 power 7. Here is close to 35. So we change this one is 3.5 times 10, right? So became 3.5 times. Here is power 8. So move one of them to here, right? So you get 10.8. So calculation of the product of these two scientific would be relatively easy for you, for us, right? Okay. So let's move on. How do they do the divide? When they do the divide, it's how they do the divide. How they do the divide. Divide, we can do, well, let's go back to general one more time. So A times 10 power n and divide B. We can see this one, right? We can see the first scientific, second scientific. So you can see A divided B is, we can take it out. What about this part? This part n minus n, right? Use the quantum rule, right? So we can get this part. This is the quantum rule. So let's see this part. This part. So first we take this part out. I didn't have calculator. I should have one. Right. So this part, right? So the second part, 6 minus 1. So you got a 5. So I hopefully you guys can use a calculator to write a number here. If this number less than 1, we need a proper adjust. Let me see here, 7.1 over 8.2. Let me guessing here is about 0.9. About 0.9. Okay. I didn't get a good result here, but just guessing children. So this number is less than 1, right? So we can change into this one, right? And here, so became 9 times 4. All right. So this is the last one. We'll adjust a little bit. Make sure this number is in between 1 and 10. All right. So see number 8. 5.4 divided here. About 1 point somewhere, right? It's 1 point. I just guessing about 1.8. What about this part? Time. So top minus bottom. So here minus here, this one. So -2. So you got the result about this part. So just like this part, you take it out. And the rest part of calculation here. Try to make sure this part, if they are less than 1, we'll do some adjustment like this. If they are bigger than 10, we do proper adjustment as well. But if they are between 1 and 10, we don't necessarily change anything, just keep it as it is. Right. So actually, they use the information of our of the exponent. Okay. All right. All right. Let's move on a little bit more. What about their power? What about their power? Power rule. So it's same as the previously as we do. So I skip this part, all right? 10 and 9 to 12. Let's see the 13 here. Let's see 13 here. This is power law. Scientific patient power law. So let's go back to general one more time. So A times 10 power n and powers of n. So what do we do? like our exponents, there's two factors here, right? Each of them powered by itself. A power m, 10 power m, right? So you can A power m, 10, 10. This is product, right? So n times m, right? Like this one. So basic information is right here. Each of the factor need to be powered by itself. So we can get it here, 8.9. This one power 4, at least one power 4, right? All right. So each of the cell power 4. You guys can use the calculator to get this one. What's the data of this one? 8.9 power 4. Let me guess in here. Let's. Sometimes you guys are allowed to use the calculator during your calculation in the exam. Did you guys allowed to do that? Okay, so here it's got the. I use some calculator here actually. All right, just. So here, this part is got 4 times 5, we got 20, right? All right, so we do proper adjustment here because of this decimal here, need to move to right here, right? Became 6 point something. We move 3 digits. So became 6.2742 times 10,000, 1,000, right? 1, 2, 3, 3. So power 3. Right? So you can get this number here. So this one will combine together 23, right? 3 plus 20 here. So you got this number. All right. Let's see this part. All right. So this part the same. Each of these factor power -6 first. Right? So here it became 4 -6 times 10 power -5 times -6, so you got 30, right? All right, so 4. Can you guys get information about here? 4 power 6. Actually, this part actually is 4 power 6. This part, right? So you can need a 4 times 4 times 4. Let me see. 4 times 4 times 4. So you can got. Did you guys got the results? 1 divided 4096. 1 divided 4096 equals. So equals 0.000244 times 10 power 30. All right. So the important thing is here, we need to change this one, right? We need to move these decimals to where? To here, right? Became 2.44. So we move how many? 1, 2, 3, 4. Right? So actually it's 2 times 4, 4 times -4, right? Move to the right. And 10 power 30. This doesn't change. So you can get 2.44. This one combined together, right? So you can, since they are basically the same, only the exponent part to the product to the sum of them. Sum of them became 26. So that's it. That's it. So just like the power rule, power of the scientific rule, just each of them need to be powered by itself first. So you can get this part. So properly adjust this one into between 10 and 1. All right, so between 10 and 1. So make sure make it into scientific notation. All right, so let's go a little bit more. So this is about calculations. I think time almost done. So I think left this term into next week. Next week we'll talk about term and degree and coefficient part and calculations. So we actually go into more complicated cases. So this week we just focus on scientific notation and operations, including their product, their quotient, and their power law. Actually, that's it. So that's all for this week. Any questions? We have 2 weeks. So next week we'll still teach new topic. And the week, let me see. The week of, December 12, we continue new topics. 12, December 19, we have the final exam. So you guys need to prepare to go back to review guys' homework. And the homework partially will be the exam in the last week. All right, sounds good. And also ask your parents help you register the spring quarter. We already, the Chinese school already set up the courses for the registration. So go ahead, do the work. All right, so, all right, that's all for this week. And any questions?